The project I decided to do is tessellations. Tessellations are where you have an object and you spread them out over a flat surface with no gaps and no overlaps. They lay next to each other side by side, which would be a translation, which is the one that I did. With a translation, you just simply slide it, which it would go this way, and I would just slide it over, slide it up, and it will always fit into each crease. If I were to do a reflection, I would have my object and I would flip it x-axis or over the y-axis. If a reflection is drawn properly, you can draw an imaginary line right down the middle, say if it were my picture, and it would be a mirror image on each side, either way, x-axis or y-axis. Rotation, if I were to do a tessellation and it were to rotate, I would need a bigger piece of paper, and I would pick the vertex or the point that I'm not going to move, and I would simply rotate it, and I would trace over it. Glide reflection is reflection and rotation put together, and some people do curve shapes, which would be perhaps like this, and it would just line together over and over and over and over. There's an infinite number of tessellations that can be made that do not, as long as they do not have the same combination of angles at every point. Another word for tessellations is tiling, which is filling individual tiles together with no gap or no overlaps to fill a flat space. Regular tessellations are just polygons repeating each other, which would be a triangle with 3 sides, a square with 4 sides, or a hexagon which has 6 sides. And every flat side would meet each other. And for my tessellation, I took a note card. This is 3" so I made this part 3" and this part 3" with my ruler. The end is already 3, so I just went down 3. Cut my note card. So it looked like this. Split it into 4s. Draw a wacky design. And cut it out. I am going to label my 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. They do have words for these to make it easier, such as trap, or I believe one is step, in which when you trade the corners, all of it will come together and it will make a word. Once you have your 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, what you do when you cut them out, you'll have them laying in front of you, and you will swap the corners. This corner will go to this corner, and this corner will go to this corner. This corner to this corner, and this corner to this corner. And in the end, I came up with this. Trap. T-R-A-P. I was trying to do step, but that did not work out. For mine, I started in the middle. Some people start in the corner, some people do it sideways. There are many, many, many ways to do it. And mine is translation, meaning I slid it just over until it fit in between the gaps perfectly. Not overlaying each other, and there's no gaps in between it. Trace it and trace it. If you come to an end, just as if there was an extra piece of wallpaper hanging off your wall, you would just cut it off. So you only trace what you can see on the paper. And that is how you draw a tessellation.